All right. This is going to be a special episode, isn't it? He's
Yeah,
starting it
buddy.
off in his party pants.
Yeah. Not a 4th of July celebration without either or somebody getting arrested or me partying with my pants on, and I had to start with my party pants on.
Or someone blowing their finger off with some fireworks.
Yeah, that's probably going to be somewhere on my side family coming up next year or soon. My dad's starting to make his own fireworks.
Oh, no. Oh, well.
Y'all wish I could say I was joking on that, but that's the honest truth.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust any of them fireworks then next year.
Oh
right?
no, like straight up a couple of years back, he was like, we were heading to a concert and he's like, hey, look at one of these firecrackers I got. And I looked at it and he's like, I'm going to light it and throw it. And mind you, at this time, I was like a 29-year-old man. So like I've thrown me some fireworks before and he lit it. And I was like, oh no, Father, you have made a flashbang.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
How blind were you?
As soon as like I seen the fuse go and then like I did the math in my head for the firecracker of that size and I was like, oh no, this is going to be bright to look at even though it's broad daylight. And I was like, I averted my gaze, but it blew up and my ears still rang for like the next 3 or 4 minutes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, welcome foodies. Welcome all the bevies, all the dessert people. This is the BDSM podcast. And today we are celebrating 4th of July. So it is party time, party central. And, that's the reason why we talked about some fireworks right there, because we can. That's the cool thing about it. So I am Professor Porkloin, and this is my co-host.
The Meat Viking.
And we are going to bring you some stuff about 4th of July. But before we do that, though, we got to talk about a couple other things. First one, safe word for the day, man. I feel like you need to shout this one out.
All right. There's only a couple things more 4th of July than, of course, Independence, George Washington Day, George Washington himself, Teddy Roosevelt, and, of course, strippers. And that is the goddamn bald eagle.
So bald eagle is going to be our safe word for today because freedom. What do you got in the cup, man?
So I was going to try something, and then I realized that I don't have that kind of candy laying around my house no more. And what I was going to do is I was going to take Fireball whiskey, give me that little fire, right?
Okay.
And I was going to rim the lid with Pop Rocks.
Oh my God. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, and so that way when you would take a sip of it, you would get them Pop Rocks.
What color Pop Rocks? Red or blue?
Dude, I'm sure this time of year they got red, white, and blue ones. If they still sell Pop Rocks, I don't even know.
Yeah, they still sell them things.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
all right. Well,
2020.
what do you got then? Since you didn't do that fancy candy.
I did the cinnamon roll. I did Fireball whiskey and vanilla cream soda.
Ah, okay. Well, I got my nice little shirt on. It is red, white, and brew with Uncle Sam and his solo cup.
Yeah.
Because damn well anything related to solo cups, I mean, that's just American right there. But I decided to do what we call the bomb pop. But the problem with it is it should turn purple. Because essentially what you do is you get some vodka, you get one of them Smirnoff drinks, the regular one. You don't need to have any fancy. You wind up throwing in the vodka. You put in some of the grenadine, and that's what's at the bottom. You throw in, you wind up getting a little spoon, and you slowly pour in your Smirnoff ice, and then you put the finishing top with some blue curacao. So red, white, blue. The problem with that, though, is the second you start turning anything, things start mixing, and you get a purple freaking mashup. Either way, tastes pretty good.
I've done red, white, and blue a couple other ways. I've done it with, of course, you have to have blue curacao. You need that blue color in there, right?
Yeah, the blue, yep.
Yep, and then I've done a white rum.
Okay. I usually did mine with vodka, but I haven't done white rum before. I might have to give that one a try then.
Yep. And then for that extra spice, Jack Daniel's Tennessee Fire.
So then where's the red coming from?
I believe that is a red color. Or maybe we use Hot Damn.
It would probably be Hot Damn.
It might be.
I don't think Tennessee Fire is red. I think it's got that amber color or the gold, but
it's.
I don't know. I was always taught as a bartender to do vodka, grenadine, blue curacao, and then the Smirnoff. Because not only are you drinking the Smirnoff, which is like 8%, but then you're getting a shot of vodka in there.
Yep.
Man, you drink 2 or 3 of them bad boys, you're gonna be lit as hell.
Oh yeah,
be lit higher than those firecrackers that you.
So I stand corrected. It is Hot Damn that we used to mix in them.
All right, yeah, I thought so.
So
either way, that is what's for the drink today.
Mm-hmm.
What are you smoking? Anything?
I'm not. If you can see the backdrop from me, I'm inside.
Well, what would you be smoking today then?
All right. I think I've talked about this before on this podcast, but this is one of my go-to cigars. This is the Acid Cuba Cuba. Easily one of the best from that line is them. And it's such a damn good cigar. And it's only a small, little chubby cigar. You're looking at a 5 by a 54 ring gauge. Okay, so it's short. Most of the fillers and blends on this cigar are going to come from 3 or 4 countries. So you're going to get this thing everywhere and just so blended and so tested. And it's just such a good fucking cigar. And when you go and you get your flavors on this, where the fuck did it go? You're going to mainly get honey, a little bit of spice, like say cloves, some wood, and some coffee taste. It's a very sweet cigar. So if you're not ready for that as a cigar smoker, then that's something you need to kind of like be aware of. But another reason I like this cigar is you're not going to get that smoke, like that heavy smoke scent around everywhere. You're already going to have that from the fireworks. And anybody who's been around fireworks long enough knows that that's not the best smell in the world. So if you can kind of hinder that a little bit, this is a good go-to.
Okay. Well, as with anything on 4th of July, I feel like if there's anything red, white, and blue, it doesn't matter what it is then, because I think we're celebrating that freedom there. So you talked about one of the desserts, right? That would be red, white, and blue. Which one do you got?
I got a triple berry cake. Essentially what you're going to do is you're going to use strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, and you can also use blackberries on there too, but nah. We're focused on red, white, and blue here.
Yeah.
You're going to make a vanilla based cake, or you can go with like a birthday flavored cake, or like a wedding cake flavor.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
The thing is you're going to want to make it white. Make sense?
Yeah, well, that's where your white is coming from, right?
Yep. And then essentially, when you're going to layer this cake, it's going to end up as 3 layers. You're going to have your first layer, then you're going to put your whipped cream frosting, and then you're going to have a layer of, say, strawberries. On the next layer, you're going to do a layer of your blueberries, and then on the top layer, you can do all white frosting, or you can kind of garnish it artfully with both the strawberry and the blueberry. So you can see that red, white, and blue come through.
Yeah, that sounds real good. I think at anything, bringing that to a party would be a nice little dessert style.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? I got to think with anything that comes with 4th of July, obviously it's barbecuing.
Yep.
And we've talked about barbecue before on this podcast, but I think in the spirit of 4th of July, I mean, the main things that are usually barbecued or thrown on the grill, hot dogs and hamburgers. I feel like those are the two biggest things. Now, I've seen other ones with barbecue, I mean, chicken, stuff like that, but most of the parties I've ever gone to, hot dogs, hamburgers, and corn on the cob.
Yep.
So they basically just take the husk and throw that right on that grill and just let it cook up. I've also seen people where they boiled it too, but a lot of the times, just everything right on the grill. Who cares? Just get yourself a big ass spatula, get yourself that dad bod, and start chugging some beers because it's not going to matter anyway.
Right.
I mean, you can burn the shit out of hot dogs and people will still eat them.
Uh-huh.
So hopefully you are celebrating today with some hot dogs and hamburgers. And that kind of brings me up to my next thing, because one of the other things that I feel like is also 4th of July is the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Um, Man, those people are nuts. Have you ever watched some of those?
I've actually watched it with you.
Yeah. I have watched it numerous times. Back in the wee day when I was bartending, I'd always have to work 4th of July, but it would always be on ESPN, and we would watch the hot dog eating contest. And it amazes me how many hot dogs people are eating in 10 minutes. Joey Chestnut, he is the number one guy and has been for the last like 10 years. And even before that, when Kobayashi was in there too, I mean, Joey Chestnut did a lot of damage. The record right now is what he holds, and he said it last year, even during COVID and everything. He did 75 hot dogs and buns in 10 minutes.
Man, here I was thinking that that would be a reasonable number, like 22.
No, man, if you're looking at 22, maybe freaking like 25 years ago, it is 75 hot dogs and buns,
And
which
the
is
crazy
just wild.
is like if you were to look at Joey Chestnut and you would be like, that's not a guy who can eat 75 hot dogs.
I mean, you look at him, he just looks like an average Joe. I mean, got a little bit of a beer gut, but
Yeah.
you wouldn't think that he's going to be shoving down 75 hot dogs and buns down his gullet, you know?
Right. No, like when you tell me that you eat 75 hot dogs, I magically picture you on like my 600-pound life.
I just imagine them later on, like after he's already got the belt, of him just going and just puking it all up, because
Yeah.
there's no way that that's healthy. For one, eating that many hot dogs. Two, your colon has just got to get destroyed by coming out the back end on that one. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God. But a little bit of some history with that though, because I do enjoy watching it. It really is pretty fun. And even though last year with COVID, they had to do it inside, and all the protocols and everything like that. They're going back to live action outside, thousands of people outside doing it this year. And it started back in 1916. So Nathan's promoter, four immigrants basically held a hot dog eating contest, and it was at the famous stand. So this has been going on since 1916. Um, and really, actually, that was just a legend. We later found out that it was started in the 70s as kind of a publicity stunt, but the promoter wanted people to know that this was started way earlier and this has been going on. But still, even in the 70s, like that's still a long time to start doing this as a thing.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, 75 hot dogs, and they get that nice little mustard belt, the yellow belt afterwards. I wonder what the records are. Like I wonder first person when they started it was how many did they eat, and then what was the as it's gone up.
Yeah. My question was, what's the prize pool on that kind of thing?
They win money. It's like $10,000, isn't it?
I have no idea. Let me see if I can pull it up while you pull up what the records were.
Here you go. So apparently they had unspecified contestants. They had people. So 17 and a half was the lowest, and then it just went from there. So You got in the 70s, it was, let's see, 12. There was none. And then going up, you got 10, you got 8.5. And then it started shooting up there in the 80s where you get 15. And then kind of the 90s and early 2000s when it shot up even more to where you'd start hitting 18, 20, and then it just kind of went from there.
Wow.
So think about that. But Joey Chestnut, he holds the record right now. He has 13 belts.
Speaking of which, so I pulled up his estimated net worth.
Okay. Well, he does other food competitions though,
which is fair. So, but the first place winner, which Joey Chestnut has been, right?
Yep.
First place is $10,000.
Yeah. So 10K just to.
Right. Now, keep in mind the combined purse between men and women's competitions is usually about $40,000. So even if you get second or third, you might still walk away with a little something, right?
Yeah.
So keep that in mind that Joey's won this 13 years in a row now.
Yeah, 2007 all the way until 2020.
Okay.
So he has won it 13 years in a row, going for 14 this year. Kobayashi was the one that dominated before that, and it was in the early 2000s. He was
Okay.
2001 to 2006.
Right. So Joey Chestnut's net worth is estimated to be around $1.5 million, and that's including sponsorships, mind you.
Okay.
So, however, your top end competitive eater can easily make 500,000 a year between your winnings and your sponsorships.
I would think someone like Matt Stoney probably pulls in a pretty good penny.
Matt Stoney is around 700,000 net worth.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's still a lot of hot dogs, man.
Oh yeah, it's way too
for
many.
10 minutes. And you know what? Let's see if he tries to break it. I wonder if Joey Chestnut's going to break that record. 75. Oof.
Wow.
But small side story. I actually know one of the female competitors. She grew up in New York, but she moved to where I used to bartend. And she would come into my restaurant all the time, and I didn't know that she was a competitive eater until one day she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get ready to go to the Nathan's hot dog eating contest." I'm like, what? You're actually doing that? So Laurel Marie is her name. She placed second, I think, last year with 18 hot dogs.
Wow.
Pseudo, I think, is the one that won last year. She just dominated. She had 45 hot dogs. So I don't think Laurel was going to come close, but still, I mean, she did pretty good. If you watch it this year, she's the one that usually has the hair dye. Like she'll have like a stripe in the front or somewhere where it's like pink or purple. She might even do the whole thing this year, but shout out to Laurel. I know her. I'll be rooting for her, but we'll see if she'll come anything close to pseudo.
Right. Yeah.
But
so you're a smart man. What is the hot dog intake per second for Joey Chestnut if he's eating 70 hot dogs in a minute?
oh man, he usually averages like 6 or 7, something like that. Because what he does, he takes the buns out, right? He dips those in water because the water like makes it easier to chew, and then he just does 2 hot dogs at a time, and he'll just go honk honk. He'll chomp it that way. So if I don't know, let me look it up. Let's see what his average hot dog. Yeah, 7.5 wieners per minute. So that's basically 1 hot dog every 10 seconds.
Jesus. Like y'all, that's next level. Okay.
Dude, I just feel like he's got to throw up at some point. Like he probably holds it in for all the competition stuff, but I feel like he just got to Ralph it up, or he probably doesn't eat anything for a couple days after that.
Oh God, how could you? How could you?
I don't know, but
Like, dude, like there's times where I'll eat dinner and then I'm like, wow, that was a big dinner. And then I don't eat dinner the next night.
Oh, that's still crazy. Like, but if I just looked up the calories, and there's 170 calories in one link. So not including the bun. I mean, he's eating 12,750 calories just in the hot dogs. The buns, I could probably assume, are around 100 something. So he's probably eating 24,000 calories ish, somewhere around there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, your math is right there.
Just a shot in the dark on that one, but oh my God. Well, we'll root for Joey Chestnut. We'll root for other people, but 4th of July. What else do you got on the menu?
Yeah, I'm sorry, foodies. We got stuck on that topic for far too long.
You know what? I don't even care. I think that it kind of fits, to be honest with you. I mean, it's 4th of July. Everybody knows Nathan's hot dogs.
That's fair. So we are going to go with, no, you don't have to serve this drink on 4th of July. I'm going to go with that, right? But this is one of my favorite drinks to serve on the 4th of July. And it is known as the fish bowl.
Fish bowl. So what's in a fish bowl?
Now, do you put candy in yours first thing? Because I do.
Yeah, I usually did Swedish fish would be the main one.
Okay. So what
you
I
throw
do,
other things in there?
oh yeah, I throw nerds on the bottom and then I throw,
So they look like okay. So they look like little okay, I see what you're doing.
yeah, so it looks like a fish bowl. And so what you're gonna do, get a hefty sumbitch for a glass, something that you don't mind sitting down because you're gonna need it. You might spill some of this, right? Your ingredients: 10 ounces of vodka, 10 ounces of coconut rum, 6 ounces of blue curacao, 12 ounces of sweet and sour mix, 20 ounces of pineapple juice, 32 ounces of lemon lime soda. You can add blue food coloring if you want, but the blue curacao should, in theory,
Yeah,
keep in
that
mind.
usually makes it pretty blue.
Yeah. So you're going to need, this recommends using actual 3 small fish bowls that can hold 4 or 5 cups, but you can find them at like any pet store if you really want, or you could just not do that and throw them in normal glasses and just make plenty of servings. 1 box of Nerds candy, and you're going to want about 12 to 16 Swedish fish candies. Some ice to fill the bowls, lemon, lime, and orange slices for garnish, and then you're going to want drinking straws.
I just feel like that's a hangover, not necessarily with the alcohol, because I feel like that's a hangover, but I feel like that's just a sugar hangover.
Oh yeah, no, like
You know, you're gonna wake up just feeling like garbage.
The thing is that it's one of those things that when you make it, you need to be upfront with the people who are making it. Like, yo, if you've got more than one of these, you're either going to need an Uber or you're going to be sleeping here tonight.
Yeah, I feel like going back to the old college days with Jungle Juice type deal, saying the same thing. Like, hey, we're just gonna throw everything in here. You're not gonna taste the alcohol, and it's gonna hit you like a ton of bricks. So just make sure you know how to get home.
Yep. Yeah. So, and especially in the days where like Uber is a big thing now, and if you're hosting a party and you know people are bound to get wild, try and be the responsible one and either limit what you're drinking to where you can provide the ride home for people if they need it, or be like, you need to buy yourself an Uber because your drunk ass going to get to DUI.
Nobody wants a Dewey.
No, nobody wants a Dewey.
Oh man, a fishbowl. So it's been a hot minute since I had one of those. So, what kind of color nerds do you throw in there? Do you do the purple or do you get pink or what?
So, oh God. I think there's a box of nerds that uses just multicolor nerds where you get like your blues, your purples, and your pinks.
Okay.
The last time I had made them, I did that. Because I'm not using the nerds for flavor,
Yeah, using it more for
presentation.
yeah.
And especially like if you get it too blue, you kind of run the risk of the illusion factor, not seeing what's supposed to be the gravel of your fish tank.
Yeah.
So something to keep in mind. It's mainly it's a drink. It looks goofy, but it tastes good, and it's just a fun summer drink to be,
Well,
and
I think if you make it right, you won't even taste the alcohol. So.
oh no, it's up there on like dangerous drinks.
Well, 4th of July, a lot of dangerous stuff happens. So
Yep.
why not just add the alcohol into it?
Oh yeah.
Just don't mess with fireworks while you're under the influence, because that just asks for you go into the emergency room with no finger.
Yeah. People be smart about that. We hope you are.
What other foods or desserts that could be red, white, and blue? I'm thinking Jello. Something like that to me pops off. Like I'm gonna bring a Jello mold or whatever, and it's gonna be red, white, and blue.
See, I was thinking of going sweeter than Jello and sweeter than cake, right?
Okay.
Now hear me out on this. Neapolitan red, white, and blue. You got blue raspberry sherbet, you got a lemon sherbet for your white, and then you get a red raspberry sherbet for your red.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could see that working.
Yeah.
I mean, it's red, white, and blue, so it doesn't really matter.
Right. Well, sometimes like the yellow, like if you get like a yellow Italian ice, you can tell it's yellow. Sometimes it looks white.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to think of something else that would be red, white, and blue I mean, besides food dye, like I could see making a cake, just have vanilla cake and just dyeing it with red or blue and then separating that and then.
So hear me out. Take your sugar cookie, right?
Yeah.
Do cutout of like shooting stars, which you can generally find around Christmas time to get your cookie design. White frosting that, red Pop Rocks, blue Pop Rocks on the frosting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was even thinking of making a flag.
That works
take
too.
those cakes, just have a red stripe, have a white stripe, have a red, and then have blue in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
That could be something that would be interesting. Might have to send some pictures to our Facebook page or to our Instagram page of something that could be baked for 4th of July. Yeah, we need people to start sending us things.
Mm-hmm. Feel free to send us anything on Facebook or Instagram. One of us will look at it.
Yeah. Well, man, I think that's 4th of July, unless you have some other things that we can talk about.
One important thing we didn't talk about.
What's the one important thing? Hit me.
What kind of firework do you like to set off?
So as a kid, we actually had M80s back then.
Yep.
Because you could be dangerous and nobody had any problems with doing that. And I lived in the woods, so no one really cared at that point. But I haven't had an M80 in a while because those are hard to find. But the one that I did light off a couple years ago, It was like a spinner.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like
it almost
I
looked
think
like
they're called. Are they called like Chinese lanterns or something? Where you light one end, it spins, and then it kind of goes up in the air and then explodes.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. The other ones that I like too is the snake. I don't know if you've ever seen those.
The snake?
Yeah, and this
Okay.
is going back. So what you do is you light the fuse, and then you'll get some of the sparks, but essentially it burns up any of the stuff in the middle, and then it looks like a snake coming up from the ground.
Yep.
Or on the concrete, whatever it is. Those are the two that I think are freaking cool. Besides the real big ones, like where you freaking shoot them up and then you don't hear the boom for a while and then you just see a big explosion and then there's like a secondary one afterwards. Those are super cool too. But
yeah. So when I was a wee young lad, before we found out what M80s were, we used to take those Snap-its or Pop-its. You know what I'm talking about?
oh yeah.
We used to throw them at each other, and that was always good fun.
The thing we used to do to scare the crap out of people was hide them underneath the toilet seats.
Yep.
So when people sat down, they'd heard the little crab be like, "What the hell is that?"
Yep. Yeah. When I was a kid, like before the Pop-its things, like shout out to sparklers. Are they lame as fuck? Yeah. But they're still classic.
Yeah, but those things can burn down shit though.
Oh yeah, no, like I've definitely burnt my hand on a sparkler before when I was young because I was like, pretty light. Ow.
Yeah, you AT phoning home on that one.
Yeah, ouch. Yeah, I definitely ET phone home that. But the big one that I like nowadays, I believe they're called the Weeping Willows. Like big old mortar shell, they come up, they explode, and then they kind of cascade down like the leaves of a wood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen those before.
Big fan of those. Big fan.
Yeah, those are cool. I like the grand finales that you usually see at fireworks shows.
Yeah.
Just like everything that they've got left, and it's just boom, 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 all the way. Although the only thing that I hate is people posting pictures of fireworks on social media. I think that's the dumbest thing in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Fireworks are one of those things that you have to like be there for. You know what I mean? Like you can't FaceTime fireworks. You can FaceTime Christmas.
Yeah, you could do those, but fireworks, you're right. It's one of those things that you have to be there to see it, you know?
But I think that covers it for the 4th of July, bud.
I think it does. So everybody be safe. Everybody enjoy the 4th of July. Have fun. And we will see you when we come back with the next episode.
Get your party pants. Call an Uber if your party pants have out partied you. Stay safe. And remember, if you're buying fireworks, the hands that you're buying them from need to look like this.
With only four?
Yeah, those people sell the best fireworks. If there's less than that, they're even better.
Oh, man. Well, I'm signing off. This is Professor Porkloin.
And I've been the Meat Viking.
Happy 4th of July, everyone.
Yeah, bye.